Good evening and welcome to Albany Student Broadcasting here at Albany High School. I'm Anya Gissing-Canaan. With me is Maggie Torpy Murray. Tonight we will see the Albany Cougars take on the Pinole Valley Spartans in the semifinals of the TCAL playoffs.
That's right. Tonight is Albany's first playoff game as they earned a bye for the first round, but the Spartans went on to beat the El Cerrito Gauchos for their first game. And the Cougars have a TCAL record of 10-0, while the Spartans 10-0 in the Rock division, while the Spartans have a record of 8-2 in the Stone division. So this game should be an interesting one.
I agree, Maggie. Stay tuned for what should be a great game. Welcome. Welcome back to Albany Student Broadcasting. We mentioned earlier that the Cougars had a first-round bye in the playoffs, so they got a little extra time off. However, while they were at home resting, the Spartans had a tough match with the El Cerrito Gauchos that took 4 sets before Pinole Valley was able to get the win.
Pinole Valley and Albany never played during the regular season. However, Albany dominated El Cerrito in both matches when they played, so this gives us a bit of an idea of how the match might turn out tonight.
Yeah, Albany with its 10-0 record should be the favorite tonight. But Pinole Valley did lead the Stone division, so Albany cannot expect an easy match like they do when they play El Cerrito.
Right, but we did lead the Rock division, so it looks like the two power players of each side are playing tonight. So, and then something that I noticed about tonight's match is the roster for both teams. The Spartans have only 11 players, and they are all seniors and juniors. I believe eight of those 11 are seniors, while the Cougars have added 2 new players to the regular roster, and 2 of those are in fact freshmen. Number 12, Miriam Simon, and number 14, Hannah Murray. And the coaches are talking to their teams right now, as you can see.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder what their strategy is going to be for the Spartans against the Cougars. I mean, the Cougars, from all the games that I've seen, they seem like a really well put together team, great, communication skills, and just great skills in general. But, we haven't seen the Spartans play.
Yeah, but just going back to what you were saying about the Cougars, I think Coach Worsley does a great job of getting the younger players involved, because we've seen how some some of the underclassmen like sophomore Christine Lagasto Miller and Sarah Bassi are all big parts of the team and help them win every week, as opposed to where the Spartans are all upperclassmen.
Right. That's a really good point, Ryan. So for tonight's starting lineups, as the teams get revved up for the game.
You have starting lineups already?
Well, first, team huddle, of course.
Well, yeah.
So, on the Cougars side, it looks like number 4, Sarah Obasi, number 5, Angela Black, number 9, Shannon Riggio-Curley, number 3, Brooke Tannehill, number 6, Benita Izualcovia, and number 2,
Yeah,
Christine Lagasto Miller.
So just further proving my point of underclassmen being a big point, and we see 3 of them in the starting lineup right now. I would assume that Sarah Obasi will be coming off the court sometime soon for Amber Arahan.
Right. One of the strategies that Coach Worsley has is the 2 are interchangeable as for the position of middle hitter. So,
Yeah. As for the starting lineup for the Spartans, we have number 3, Michaela Zaragoza Soto, number 14, Deanna Craighead, number 7, Janissa Jertson, number 17, I couldn't hear that. Number 4, Taylor Brazil, and is that all of them? Number 5, did I say that? Danae Dixon. And that was ruled in. I don't know. I couldn't see what the. Yeah, that was ruled in. So that's first point for the Spartans. They're out to an early lead.
If you'll notice on the sidelines, they do not have the JV players doing calling the lines anymore. They have brought in professionals, if you will.
Yeah, no, I noticed that.
Strong serve from number 3, Michaela Zaragoza Soto, one of the captains.
Yeah. And that one was just barely in on the line. Nice kill there by the senior Brooke Tannehill.
And Jasmine Asaya comes in for Benita Izuakobia to serve.
Yeah, well,
one of the strongest servers on the
team.
Yeah,
she actually leads the league in aces per set, which is pretty impressive for a sophomore. But she was injured in the previous match against what was it, St. Joseph's?
Yes.
And that could have been one of the causes that the game took
4
sets, exactly.
But we're glad to see her back in the game now.
Yeah, she looks healthy. I think that extra time off definitely had something to do with that. And that one was not even close.
Great kill by Shannon Ujiakurli.
Giving Albany a 3-1 lead now. So Jasmine Asaya to serve again, number 1. A nice recovery there by the Spartans, but unfortunately that one was out, side out. No,
I think they're just nervous.
Yeah, I would agree, but just something I've noticed early on, it seems like they have no response for Jasmine Asaya's serves.
Yeah, her serves are super effective. That's partially due to her skill and partially due to Coach Worsley's ability to see a different perspective on the other team and tell her which position of the court she should serve.
Yeah.
Nice up.
So something I noticed, it says there's a sign over there that says, and there's a person here filming for Cal High Sports, and it says that you can watch highlights from this game at 6 and 10 on whatever channel that is. But I mean, when you could watch the whole game, anyways, who wants to watch the highlights, right?
Right. Yeah, and you can find us on KALB channel 33
if you have Comcast. If
True.
not, then you can watch it on YouTube. So
you can hear some great support from the crowd cheering there.
Right. Spartans got the first point, but since then Albany has gone on a little bit of a roll. They're up 7-0 now, or 7-1 rather. Ooh, nice block there by Legosto Miller, who's able to get up over the net.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a jousting match up there.
Yeah.
Those are always fun to watch.
It's interesting that the shorter player actually won that one too. 9-1 now is the score, and
the Spartans call it.
Yeah, I mean I'd say that's a really good timeout. They need to figure out what's going on their sideline, because they got the first point and they thought that maybe they would have a chance in this game, but it seems like Albany has just been dominating, and it's been solely on the serving of Asaya.
And it's gone by so quickly, I'll have to say. And today's broadcast is brought to you by Contra Costa County Office of Education Regional Occupational Program, a career training program created for high school students and adult learners. And back to the game. If you can see Jasmine Nasaya's face when she serves, it's complete confidence there, 110%. Wouldn't you say?
I would say it was actually 111%, but yeah, she's definitely confident in her serving ability. So, it's a good thing that Albany has gotten the first seed in these TCAL playoffs, but really, what's important is the NCS playoffs. Wouldn't you say?
Definitely. What happens here determines.
Yeah. So
their placement.
Albany. We mentioned this a little bit earlier, but Albany has to really play well so they can get a high seed in the NCS. And there was another beautiful serve there by Asai, so 10-1 now, and she'll serve once more.
You mentioned how it was nice for the players to get a break, from the bye, but they didn't completely just, take a break. They actually, after they won league, the Cougars played in a tournament, and they went 3-1, only losing to Branson, who's the 4-time consecutive state champions in Division 5, which is 2 divisions lower than the division that Albany plays in.
Yeah, I mean, even though they are 2 divisions, and beautiful kill there by Brooke Tannehill. 12-1 now, Albany. They got on quite a roll, but like I was saying, Branson, even though they are in Division 5, like being the 4-time state champions is no easy task. And Branson is a very good team. And it definitely gave Albany some good competition to get ready for just the playoffs and NCS in general.
Yeah, they're definitely a team to watch out for, but.
Oh. Not what Tannehill was looking for, but still gets the job done. Looks like it hit off the top of the net, but luckily was able to bounce over and hit a spot where...
A little miscommunication between setter Christina Lagasto-Miller and Tannehill.
And Tannehill went up for the block, but it was not needed as the ball just simply hit the net. And the score is 14-1 now, Albany.
I'm wondering what the Spartans' strategy is for this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't even know if they have a strategy. Is losing a strategy? So Asai with her 16th consecutive serve. That one is way out. No chance there for Spartans to recover after that hit.
Well, we certainly don't want them running into our cameras.
No, of course not. You hear the coach, or we can hear the coach from the Spartan sideline that he's not giving up yet. Like we just saw there, Asai messed up. Now the Spartans have 2 points. Now they're starting to serve. I mean, if their server gets on a little bit of a roll, then anything can happen.
Yeah, but Asai had a great run.
Yeah, 16 consecutive points for Albany. And now number 5, Samantha Volek will serve for the Spartans.
Quickly, side out, back over to Albany side. 17-2 now.
Tannehill will now serve, the senior, who I mentioned earlier that Asaya was led the league in aces per set, and at number 3 was actually Brooke Tannehill. So they have 2 really good servers on the team, and I think that next year when Tannehill is gone, they'll lean even more on Asaya to serve. And Lugio clearly tries to just push that ball over to a spot where the Spartan's going to get it, but unfortunately hit it a little bit too hard. And that results in a point for the Spartans. So it's 17-3 now, Albany in the lead.
Number 14, Deanna Craig had one of the captains to serve, but the serve falls short, and point Albany 18-3. Substitution 14 for number 13, Skylar Moore, comes in. I think that was a smart play because Even though Craighead is a captain and one of the key players, having a tall player in the back row does create some
You know,
hard things.
I'm just noticing this now. We've yet to see Amber Erhan in this game.
That's true.
I mean, they haven't really needed her, but I mean, one would think that in the beginning of the game, before it has gotten out of hand, you'd want to put her in and give her playing time, and so you could try to win the game. I mean, at this point, I don't think we're going to see her now that Albany's dominating is up by 14, maybe in the next set, but makes me wonder if she has an injury or what's going on over there.
True, and
I hope
Angela
so.
Black has stood in for Amber's place as one of the middle hitters.
Yeah, she's done a pretty good job, I would say.
So Obasi and Black are going to be switching in and out often.
Yeah, and now number 6, Benita Izu Alcobia, comes in for number 1, Jasmine Asaya.
And number 2, Christine Lagasto Miller to serve. She's another strong server, but she's a little inconsistent.
Yeah. She's also the main setter on the team, so I would think that she focuses more on that than her serving.
True, true. But the serve can set apart the whole game.
And that's where it all starts, right? We just saw how Asaya's serving got 16 consecutive points for Albany, really took the Spartans out of this game early. That one looked almost out. It was just on the line, and point there for Albany. Nice
I
kill.
would say that was definitely in, but the lines judge.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the lines judge called it in, right?
Right.
But it was close either way. Anyways,
but the main
20
ref is up on that ladder, so he really can see the whole court.
Yeah, 20-4 now is score for Albany in the lead. Beautiful kill. Jeez, I say beautiful kill too much, don't I?
I was going to say great kill by Reggio Curley right there. And she's one of our main offensive attackers too, so it's great to see that she's getting a lot of playing time. She is one of our star seniors after all.
Yeah, it's good. You want like both of them, So 22.
Three more points till the Cougars take the first set. Let's see how the Spartans deal.
I mean, obviously that wasn't an intentional serve for the ball to hit the net the way it did, but
It'd
that
be great
was
if they could intentionally serve
Yeah.
that way every time, but
but that was very effective by Lagasto Miller.
yeah, it definitely took the Spartans by surprise. Obasi Bird, she didn't even have to jump for that.
Yeah, she's kind of. I mean, 24-4 now, so set point for Albany, and Lagasto Miller's once again serving.
For the game point.
Yeah, I said that. You weren't listening to me.
Oh, right.
Well, Albany wants to make it interesting. Give the Spartans a point there. And now number 8, Miley. I don't know. It's Notrangelo comes on. Comes off for number 5, Samantha Bullock.
Sneaky from the Spartans, but
Oh, and it was a nice dig by, I don't know who that was. I think that was I don't know, whoever. That was a nice recovery, but
yeah, Izu Alcobia just couldn't get it over the net.
yeah.
Nice up by Munkter.
Yeah, I've noticed that the Spartans look like they're kind of scrambling around. They don't really. They're kind of on different positions. Oh, and number 4 on the Spartans gets hit in the face. That they did not look comfortable.
No, and
Albany,
that ends the game.
Albany
the set.
takes the first set. So today's broadcast is brought to you by GoPro, makers of small wearable action sports cameras that go everywhere, anywhere, and attach to everything. The new HD Hero 3 Plus also has a live preview out, allowing us to switch beautiful HD videos from backstops, backboards, goalposts, and more. The GoPro HD Hero 3, making heroes out of Albany student broadcasting since 2012. And today's broadcast is also brought to you by KALB. City of Albany KALB 33, supporting community television and providing Albany citizens with broadcasts of local, social, and political events. City of Albany KALB 33. So that's what we mentioned earlier, where our broadcasts will be played on Friday evenings, or Friday nights rather, and
At 8 o'clock.
at 8 o'clock, and Sunday mornings at what, 10 o'clock?
11.
11 o'clock.
But of course, YouTube. I'm on
Yeah.
there daily. You can find us there too.
Exactly. So, that was the first set where Albany dominated, taking a 25-6 lead. So, you see there's number 4,
Taylor
Brazil, and she got in the set point, she got hit mighty hard in the face by, who was that hitting the ball? I think it was it Riggio Curley?
I think it might have been, and it looks like it hit her nose too, but, she's getting a lot of team support.
Yeah.
I think she might be sitting out for the first.
I think she might be
First
sitting out
round?
for the first couple of minutes, but she should be back in there. It didn't look that serious. I don't know.
Yeah, she's tough.
I've
and
never
her
gotten
team,
hit in the
and her
face with
team
volleyball, so I wouldn't know.
Oh. I mean, basketball is worse, but volleyball is still
Yeah.
not great either. And you can see in that shot, number 12, Miriam Simon, she's one of the freshmen who's been moved up. I wonder if we're going to see them.
Maybe in the third set. Or I don't know. I guess we might. Albany's been dominating so
I mean, they
far,
only
so.
got 6 points on them, so.
Yeah, exactly. And Amber Earhart is currently standing on the court, so we guess presumably there's not really an injury there. I guess just because of the way Albany was dominated, they felt they didn't really need to put her in yet. Kind of
Yeah.
like a secret weapon. Maybe she
Right.
can win without her.
Right. It's a hard call, whether you want to let your less experienced players get a little more playing time, or let your seniors play as much as they can, just because they're not going to be here the next year.
Exactly. So, starting lineup for the Albany Cougars is number 4, Sarah Obasi, number 5, Angela Black, number 3, Brooke Tannehill, number 2, Christine Lagaster Miller, number 10, Amber Arahan, number 9, Shannon Riggio Curley. And
Munkter, the libero, usually steps in. Right
yeah,
after
well, you can
they-
see her right on the sideline waiting to take someone off and come in. It looks like Brooke Tannehill will come off for. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they're
It seems some
still
confusion.
figuring
They
out.
can't really count to 6, you know.
Yeah, a lot of these players, although they have set, set positions that they're best at, that Coach Worsley feels that they're best at, I feel like they're good enough to play, a couple different positions. So he likes to sort of see, what they can do in different positions and sort of try that out. And I think this is a perfect opportunity with this game to do that.
Yeah, well, we saw Shannon Riggio Curley earlier in the previous set get a couple kills, and she got the set point. She is one of the 4 seniors on the team, and just like many of the other seniors, I think like Anu Munkter and Brooke Tannehill, she plays club volleyball during her off season, so really has a great volleyball mindset and keeps her loose all year round, so she's always ready. Some players who, if they only play sport, oh well, what a kill there by Erhan. You quickly see her presence as Albany's up 2-0.
Right. And if you'll hear during the game, when the Spartans just sort of, bump the ball over the net, you'll say, if you will, the Cougars you'll hear calling out free, because that's just such an easy shot that they can, it's not a kill, so they can easily work with that. And the Spartans have been giving the Cougars a lot of that lately, so they need to figure out a way not to give them those free balls.
Yeah, and Munkter to serve once more. And kind of just trickles off the hands of number 7, Janisa Gertson. Interesting last name. G.J. Never seen that before.
I haven't either.
Four is the score now for Albany. And what a
No,
chill.
Reggio Curley doesn't wait for the ball to necessarily come to her by, on the third
She
touch.
gets pretty pumped up after it too.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive. Even though this is kind of a slow game, you still got to keep yourself pumped up.
6-0 is now the score for Albany. And Munkter is still serving.
Great float serve, jump float serve by Munkter. And the score is
7-0 now as the Spartans cannot get the ball over the net. But we see number 4, Taylor Brazil, who got hit in the face in the previous set. She's back on the court. She looks
determined.
She looks determined. I wouldn't say that she looks a little sad, but she definitely looks like she wants to be here and help her team win.
And I think this is also a good point for the Spartans to call a timeout.
Yeah, well, and Spartans coach takes the timeout here. So today's broadcast is brought to you by Clearcom, a global manufacturer of communication systems. We want to thank Rom Rosenblum and Clearcom Intercom Systems of Alameda for their generous mentoring and technical support. Thanks, guys. You're the best.
It's quite a different scene on both ends of the court. You got the Cougars all smiles all around, and the Spartans, they really
Really stern faces.
Yeah.
I think they're really shocked. I don't think they expected this from Albany. You could see that from their 10-0 record that Albany is a good team, but until you play them, you never really know what to expect. Oh, and when Amber hits the ball, she doesn't really hit the ball. She kind of slams it. She puts all her power into it, and it's rare for the opponents to be able to respond after that.
Right, and it happens so quickly.
Yeah. And she is the tallest player.
Some action at the net.
She is the tallest player on the team at 6 feet. But I was talking to her mom earlier, and she was saying that she kind of wishes that Amber was taller.
Really?
Well, she didn't say that specifically, but that's the sense I got. Because as you know, in volleyball, height is
it's a really important factor.
Yeah, and which is interesting because Amber is the tallest player of the team at 6 feet. I just said that, but and no one on the team besides her is 6 feet or over. So, it's interesting that Albany has still been so dominating without the height. And I think that really just attributes to the way they've changed their offense this year, become a little more defensive and more about speed as opposed to power.
Definitely speed and definitely control of the ball. Those two are the most important for this team at this
So
stage.
The sophomore number 15, Maggie McKenna, comes onto the court. You can see that her left leg is a little taped up, her ankle area. She was injured in the previous game. She was on crutches the whole time and didn't play. So
it's great to see her back.
Yeah, just like with Asaya, it's great that they're getting their players healthy when now that it's time for the playoffs are rolling around.
I wonder what their secret is.
I don't know.
We have an amazing trainer, by the way, Kelly. She's just great. She helps all
another
the
kill
sports.
there by Amber. 12-1 now. I'd say she has a good 3 or 4 in this set.
Yeah,
anyways, what were you saying?
Kelly's just great. She'll tape you up and fix you up, no problem. So it looks like that's really working out for Maggie McKenna.
A lot of schools don't have a specific trainer just for sports.
Right.
And a little bit too much power on that one for McKenna.
Let's see how she plays back row. We don't know how steady she is on her feet. I think her teammates are trying to cover for her a little bit.
Yeah. So something I've noticed, not so much at the senior night game because there was a huge crowd there, but it's kind of disappointing that not more people show up to support the Albany Cougars.
Well,
since
there are
they've been
definitely
so
lot of
dominating.
parents.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's definitely a lot of parents, but there's not very many students,
Right, right.
which is unfortunate because, you know, I've never been, like, before this year, I never went to any volleyball games, but it's definitely a fun experience coming and seeing Albany dominate.
Yeah, definitely in senior night when they had those funny signs that
Yeah,
their friends were
that
holding up.
I mean, if we had that every night, that would be sensational.
But you know, when and if we make it to NCS, there is a way bigger turnout.
So we just saw number 16, Jillian Guffey, onto the court, and she served the ball, but not anymore because Worsley has moved up quite a number of freshmen from the JV team. But she started off the year as the only freshman on the team, and it was a big step for her playing with so many upperclassmen, and she really said that she learned a lot playing from Coach Worsley first and foremost, because he's a very competitive coach, as well as playing with the upperclassmen and learning from them, and just making her game look better, I guess. Or
Right, and if you'll notice, there's only 2 seniors on the court as of now.
yeah. Well, Brooke Tannehill rarely comes off the court, even when she is, even when Albany's dominating, because she is one of the. I mean, so is Amber
Yeah, we
Erhan,
have
but
both captains on the
yeah, we have
court.
both captains on the court, but we usually try to. Well, what I've noticed is we usually try to keep at least one captain on the court at all times to try to keep things under control, make sure everyone.
And Maddie Bernard, number 7, Maddie Bernard comes on for Lagosta Miller, and it looks like she's going to be acting as the setter. And when she was on the JV team, she was their key setter. So we'll see how this goes.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's just Maddie and Lagosta Miller who are the 2 main setters on the team, but we've really just been seeing a lot of Lagosta Miller and not so much of.
And substitution, number 14,
Bernard.
freshman Hannah Murray in for senior Arahan, and also number 13, Desi Cruz in for senior Tannehill. So no seniors and no captains on the court.
All underclassmen right now, or I guess there's a couple of juniors.
True.
But I mean, kind of contradicting what I was saying earlier about. Well, you can really see the difference with the underclassmen as opposed to the seniors.
Well, I think
just
Worsley
that play
kind of
we
just
saw.
blindsided them. Like, I didn't think they expected to be playing, so suddenly
Yeah,
all
no.
together.
Yeah, all of a sudden he just throws in all the young, inexperienced players, and
But it's good experience for
yeah,
them.
exactly.
Great back row hit from freshman Jillian Guffey. And Maggie McKenna comes out for junior Angela Black.
So Maddie Bernard is now back to serve. We mentioned earlier how she was the primary setter on JV, but now as she moved up to varsity, it was a surprise for me, at least, seeing as she is a senior, that she is not the primary setter on varsity, as well as that job is given to the sophomore Lagosta Miller.
These underclassmen players, they're really too hard on themselves. They make one little mistake and they just get kind of upset. So besides just skill, it's just having that kind of mindset to keep them going that they need to learn how to do too.
Yeah, well, that was. So number 14, Hannah Miller, just made a nice play on that there, and really, she definitely looks a little confused being on their court.
But excited.
She looks confused but excited. Exactly.
Great serve by Desi Cruz. A little confusion on the court, but Cougars quickly recovered.
Yeah, well, because there are so many young players on the court now, it seems as if the players who, such as Sarah Obasi and Angela Black, and even a little of Guffey, who have been on varsity and who have been getting consistent playing time throughout the season, have kind of taken over as the captain role. But now Regio Curley comes onto the court, so we should see a noticeable difference.
Yeah, the Cougars have been giving a little bit too many free points to the Spartans.
What did I say? Noticeable difference there. What did you say?
And 19-7, Cougars in the lead. Underclassmen are coming off.
Yeah, once it gets the seniors back in now. as number 10 Amber Erhan subs back in for number 14 Hannah Murray.
Yeah, we have 3 seniors on the court as
Oh,
of
a
now.
new Munker's on. I didn't even notice her.
Yeah, liberos can just come.
She
come
just
in.
slipped right in.
Yeah.
20-7 now is the score.
And an ace by Munkter. 4 more points till the second set for the Cougars. Little top spin there.
Right by Munkter. Nice serve. 2 players dove for that one, but they were able to get the job done.
Interestingly enough,
Bernard
is still
sets
here.
it. Yeah, she sets it for Erhan. I think, I don't know, this is just what I would say. I mean, even though Bernard is a junior, I think that because she has not gotten that much playing time throughout the year, that Worsley wants to get her involved now so he can see that.
So, yeah, she can be ready for her senior year.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, they do have LaGosta Miller, who is a sophomore. So, I mean, next year they'll have both of them once again. But I think that being a senior, next year rather, you definitely want to get a lot of playing time in.
And Munkter keeps attacking the same player, number 7, Janissa Jurtson. And she's obviously looking upset. But, you know, it's smart to keep attacking the same player who can't return your serve. But Munkter hits it in the net, and it's side out with game point for the Cougars. Number 2 for
Albany won,
Cougars.
in a dominating fashion once more, 25-8. So Albany High School tennis is very dominating, wouldn't you say?
Very much so.
Very much so, just like volleyball. And one of our own people, broadcasters, did some interviews with the tennis players, and we have that for you now.
Hello, I'm Kat Supawit for Albany Student Broadcasting, reporting from the Memorial Tennis Courts. Today, the Albany High School women's tennis team is playing the St. Mary's Panthers. Midway through the season, the Cougars are undefeated. So what has been their key to their success this year, and what are their prospects for future championship play? So how has the team prepared for the season?
Well, we have practice every day, and I think the girls work really hard to play their best for these matches.
Well, this was our one really big match, so we've been working really hard at practices and our other games to prepare for this St. Mary's match.
And how do you think?
Same, we've been working really hard at practice to do our best at this match, and I think it's showing. So,
with an undefeated team halfway through the season, what has been the key to the team's success?
I think we communicate well with each other, and in practices we have a lot of fun, and we kind of take things light, but also get down to it when we have to. So.
And Sammy, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at the beginning of the season, it's always hard because we have a new team, but I think that we've really come together through the season.
Do you think the team has been challenged enough by TCAL to be ready for NCS?
Definitely. I think with the way we're playing right now, we could do really well in NCS.
I mean, yeah, we've been playing a lot of really good matches, a lot of really close matches, so I think we're prepared.
And Molly, how do you feel?
I'd agree. Yeah.
And what do you think the future holds for the AHS women's tennis team next season?
I think we're going to do really well. I think we definitely have a shot at being undefeated next season.
I think we're prepared to keep going, and the team will still carry on and be really good without us, so I'm excited to see where they go.
And Sammy?
Yeah, I agree. We have a lot of underclassmen that are looking really strong for next season.
Well, thank you for talking with me, both of you.
So that was Cat Super with tennis, and just like volleyball, Albany is very dominating in tennis. So I guess that kind of makes up for the fact that we aren't very good at football, even though we did get an impressive 56-0 win last week. So we're getting ready now for the third set, as Albany dominated in the first two, and we saw in the previous set Hannah Murray, one of the freshmen who came up from the junior varsity team. We did not see the other one, number 12, Miriam Simon. And now when you on the sideline, it appears that her shoulder is wrapped up. I'm not sure what's happened there, but unfortunately we probably will not get to see her tonight. Maybe in the future, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think one of the reasons that Worsley pushed her up to varsity was her height, which is really important, as we mentioned before, to
yeah,
volleyball.
well, I think height is very important, but at the same time, just because you're tall doesn't mean you're good.
True.
I don't mean that specifically about her, just
Right.
a general thing. So starting lineups for Albany is number 10, Amber Arahan, number 6, Benita Izu Alcobia, number 5, Angela Black, number 7, Maddie Bernard, number 13, Desi Cruz, number 4, Sarah Obasi.
And it looks like Munkter will step in for one of the players really quickly. And on the Spartan side, we have number 3, Michaela Zaragoza Soto, number 5, Samantha Volek, number 17, not listed here, excuse me. Number 7, Janessa Jertson, and number 14, Deanna Craighead, along with, I believe, number 4, Taylor Brazil. And something with only having 11 players on the team, it can get really tiring.
Yeah, I mean, there's 6 players on the court at all times, so it's not even like you can sub in all the players at once. You kind of have to continuously rotate, as opposed to Albany, where we saw Coach Worsley earlier in the game. He took out all the players and just replaced them with some younger players.
Right.
That's one of the advantages that Albany has with having so many players on the team, which goes back to just the coaching style, or not necessarily just only the coaching style, but just the thing that some schools do of having only seniors or juniors on varsity.
Well, I really want to know if that is the fact, and it appears to be so.
Yeah. So 2-0 is now the score. Albany is in the lead, and Munkter is serving.
She's changed up her serve quite a bit in these past couple of times that she's gotten to serve.
Yeah, she's not
gone
doing
from
her
a jump float to like heavy top spin, and now it's just sort of flat, and she's just focused on getting the ball in the right spot. Bernard sets it tight to the net, but Desi Cruz has no problem getting that angled shot over the net.
Yeah, I think that's our first kill of the night. 4-0 now is the score. Albany is in the lead. And there we go with Albany serving once again being the difference in this game. The Spartans really just have no answer.
The Cougars are really giving number 7, Janessa Jertson, a hard time. Some confusion on the court. That's really
some miscommunication. Yeah, I've noticed that a couple times where the players kind of run into each other. They really need to vocalize, say who's getting the ball and who's doing what. Otherwise, that could just continue to happen.
I think number 7 should come off. She was looking frustrated.
Yeah, well, I mean, Munkter just kind of keeps hitting the ball in her direction.
And that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, once more, that was right at her. Number 8, or rather, number 10 is coming in for number 7.
I think that was a smart thing to do.
Alexis Garcia. And the score is 8-0 now, Albany.
I don't know what that was, but
that was way out of bounds, but
I don't think Munkter was taking it seriously.
yeah, she's hysterical over there on her side.
Coach Worsley is not amused, however. And let's hope she can keep her cool for this next
Yeah,
serve.
well, she kind of was just messing around serving it, and number 17 on the Spartans went way out of bounds to go hit the ball. I'm not sure what she was thinking, but she looks very disappointed now, as she was just a little confusion on that side.
Yeah, good call. They doubled, which gives another point, leading the Cougars with 10-0.
And an ace.
You know, they have a lot of
Munster.
tall players in the back row on the Spartan side. I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're not very good.
And, you know, I think it also
Hitters.
comes down to, you know, they don't have many players to spare in terms of like rotating in and out.
And another mistake by number 17. She looks very sad. Maybe she should come off the court, just get a breath of fresh air.
But, you know, I don't think they can afford to do that every single time. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's
All right, Obasi is up to serve, and her teammates are giving her a lot of support. I think we can assume that she doesn't serve much. Great serve, though.
Yeah, she kind of exaggerated the motions, but
Well, it's difficult when you know, when your sole purpose is just, you know, front row action, and then your coach puts you in the back row to serve. It's a little alarming, but, you know, Worsley does that to his players to keep them on edge.
So just now we saw a new Munkter with an impressive row of 10 or 12 or what it was, 11, 12 serves, and she for a matter of fact has an impressive 13 aces, which is 0.3 aces per set and 6.7 ace percentage.
Good stats,
Good stats, but not as good as Jasmine Asaya with 41 aces.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah.
Is that per?
That's just overall. She averages 0.9 aces per set though, which is still pretty impressive. Almost nearly 1 per set.
Wouldn't it be great if we can go without the other team getting any points? That would be great.
That would be great, but either way, a win is a win. You
True,
could win
true.
25-23 or 25-0.
But
And
I
it
think
still shows up as a win.
Yeah, but I think in this case the Cougars want more of a challenge.
Yeah, I think right now it's just about getting the young players a chance, because it's pretty obvious that the Spartans are not going to win this game. I'll go that far. I just said it.
Freshman Hannah Murray got a little support for her serve as she plays back row. Yeah, with Erhan to cover the front row and the net, I think putting the underclassmen in the back, really, that's all right.
Yeah.
Exciting rally going on.
Yeah, it's probably the best one of the game we've seen so far. The Spartans will not give up. And beautiful kill there by number 13, Desi Cruz, just getting it right out of the reach of the Spartans. And that's really all you have to do. Just get it to a spot where they can't hit it.
Oh, Poon Palmo, number 11, to come in for number 6, Benita Izo-Okobia. This is the first time, I believe, that we've seen her on the court. Is that true?
No, I've seen her on the court in the past. It's the first time we've seen her tonight, though.
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah, tonight, you're right.
And she's an overall strong defensive player.
Yeah, she's a pretty good server, too.
I wonder if she's going to take over the position of libero next year.
That is a strong possibility. And Desi Cruz has really been playing very well tonight from just the limited minutes that she's been seeing.
Yeah, she hasn't gotten much playing time throughout the whole season, so I'm glad to see her out on the court.
Yeah. As number 17, Don't know what 17's name is. It comes off the court for number 18, Jenna Faustino.
That was the perfect serve.
By, who is that, by number 14 still?
Yeah, freshman Hannah Murray.
It's still freshman Hannah Murray serving, and Albany's up 18-0.
You know, you serve a short serve to a really tall player. They can't get down that far to get the ball back up.
As number 16, Jillian Guffey will now come on. Another one of the freshmen for number 5, Angela Black, a sophomore, so underclassman herself.
And still no points for the Spartans, which leaves the Cougars with 19-0.
So the Cougars kind of just keep subbing in, getting everybody some playing time and making sure that everyone will get a chance to contribute to tonight's win. As we just see Maggie McKenna coming on, number 15.
And number 6, Danae Dixon, I think is coming on for maybe one of the first times on the Spartan side.
Amber Earhart just pushes it over a little bit. Not acts as if she might slam it, but
Another substitution.
on the Spartan side, you're right. Number 7, Janisa Gertson comes on for number 10, Alexis Garcia. And number 14, Hannah Murray is serving again.
Bernard's not giving all the glory to Arahan tonight.
Of course not. Well, Guffey hits it a little bit too hard, but it's okay. The score is still 20-1. They're kind
Yeah,
of.
you can't come under the ball. You got to hit it.
She's kind of
over.
laughing about it. I think they secretly had. I think Albany secretly wanted to win 25-0.
Right, but you know
I think that was a goal.
they
But
can't afford to make those unforced errors, even if they
I
they
mean,
think
in
that
a
the
game
game's
like
in the
this, I think you can afford to give up 1 point. But you're right. In general, you don't want to do anything like that. Which just goes back to Munkter earlier in the game, where she kind of just was messing around, or I think it was in previous. I don't know, where she kind of just hit it way out. You know what I was talking about, and yeah. And Coach Lewis did not see him lose at all, and he still does not see him lose. He's a very serious person. Rarely do I see him very excited.
Well, you know, he's just concentrating, always thinking about the next move and the next play that they can do. Which really makes
Well,
him a
don't
great
look
coach.
now, but the Spartans have 2 points. Oh,
And
make
now
it
3.
3. Spartans bench is getting pumped up.
Yeah, although the players do not look.
No,
happy.
the players look very disappointed, and it's no surprise.
Great serve, though, by number 6, Danae Dixon. And what was the call?
I have no clue.
Let's see. So, point Spartans.
I'm confused by the call there. Not sure what happened, but
And the top ref did not indicate what the call was, but apparently
Danae
point
Dixon to
Spartans.
serve once more. That one appeared to be out.
Coach Worsley, is not happy about this unforced errors, no matter what the circumstance.
So scores are 22-5 now, but prior to that, Albany went on. The Spartans went on a little bit of a run. Got 4 straight points. Got back into the game a little bit. Doesn't look as sad. So Albany is really going to try to close this game out before anything else happens.
And McKenna to serve again. 2 more points. It's rare that we see number 14, Deanna Craighead, get the kill, but she is a strong hitter. The Spartans just haven't had many opportunities for her to get up there.
Yeah. So now number 15, Maggie McKenna has a nice couple serves in a row, trying to end this game.
Yeah, 1 more point.
Game point or match point or whatever point. Oh, and
Bernard saves
Bernard
the ball.
kind of just throws her arm out there to try to hit the ball, but it's very nice. Gets the job done. And Poon gets the kill. Albany wins. Albany simply dominated the Spartans, and they really, it was clear throughout the game who the better team was. And we mentioned at the top of the hour that we thought this was going to be a closer game because the Spartans were impressive 8-2 in the Stone Division, but it turns out there's a reason they're in the Stone Division as opposed to the Rock Division, which is the division Albany is in, where they went 10-0. So now Albany will move on in the TCAL playoffs while the Spartans will head home. We don't really know the opponent that Albany will play next, but I think it's safe to say whoever it is doesn't really stand a chance. I'm kidding, of course, but Albany's definitely had a great season.
Yeah, we only found out who that we were playing Pinole until like maybe yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday night. I mean, I believe they played the match on Thursday, so.
Yeah, and this Thursday they'll be playing another match, and the championship match is.
No, it's the.
On Saturday.
Well, we're just tonight's game was the quarterfinals, if I believe. So there's the semifinals and then the finals.
The finals is Saturday.
Finals are on Saturday?
I believe so. So, great win for the Cougars. We saw a lot of the underclassmen come onto the court, get some experience.
I really think that was great how Worsley put the freshmen in and the sophomores in, especially. So they really were gaining some experience for the future, and really just, I mean, yeah. It's a luxury that Albany has, having so many players.
It is. It really is. And it's smart of Coach Worsley to do so.
So, just cleaning up the court now. It's nice that they get all the players involved to help clean up, not just the freshmen.
Right. Although they do make the underclassmen start, put everything
So
up.
Laney's on the sideline with a couple of the seniors from tonight's game. So take it away, Laney.
Thanks, Aaron. So I'm here with Shannon and Anu. And Shannon, congratulations on tonight's win. And you played some really good hits tonight. Can you tell us about those?
Well, we've been working on this new hit. We call it the 3-ball, where it's just a more fast tempo hit. And it's just like about really getting the repetitions in on it. And that's what we use this game for, since they weren't our biggest competition. So we were able to run plays more and get better passes off of them and work on the 3.
Great. And Anu, you played some really good defense tonight. Can you give us more information about that?
Well, we just are, I think this year the team's more defensively strong, and so we just hustle for everything, don't let any balls drop, and so we just go all out on defense.
Yeah. And Shannon, how does tonight's performance set you guys up for the TCAL tournament?
Well, it definitely prepares us a lot. We just have to remember to stay on point with these games, and we can't lower down to the other team's level, and we have to. And with these, like I said before, we're able to work on things that we haven't worked on before.
Yeah. And Anu, so be honest about this one. Are you guys looking ahead to the NCS tournament?
Yeah, definitely. We're trying to go for that title one more time.
Great. Thanks, guys. And back to you, Aaron and Maggie.
Thanks, Laney. So, it was quite brilliant win. Brilliant win. Simply quite brilliant.
Simply quite brilliant.
As Albany won in 3 easy sets. The last set, Albany seemed to just be playing around with them. It was.
I think so, yeah. And as Shannon said, you know, they were not their biggest competition, and we obviously saw that in these short 3 sets that we played.
So, yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to see where the Cougars go
Yeah,
now.
definitely. I think the Cougars have a strong chance of winning the TCAL, TCAL, whatever it's called, tournament, and gaining a high seed in NCS. So, yeah. So it takes a big team behind the scenes to bring this broadcast of the Albany Pinole Valley volleyball game to you. Producing tonight's show is Jacob Crowley. Our engineer in charge tonight is Ori Mallett. Directing our show is Kat Superwit, and technical director is Kyle Kristen. Making the show sound so good is audio engineer Brandon Yee. Shooting the match are camera operators Catherine Hisu, Julie Cow, and Miranda Pack. Elliot Wong Toy is running graphics tonight, and on stats we have Margarita Castro. Our sideline reporter is Lainey Maris. Besides me is Maggie Torpy Murray. For Albany Student Broadcasting, this is Arnie Gisson-Knane. See you next time.